All right, welcome back, everyone. Another day in the shop here. We got a 2013 Dodge Dart with a 1.4 liter turbo. She is a fine unit here, let me tell you. So, the customer complaint was that it doesn't start. Come to find out after talking to him 2 days later, well, he had a buddy put in a timing belt, and it was running before that. After the timing belt was replaced, it did not start. So that would have been helpful information to know right off the bat, but as in most cases, it seems like we kind of have to dig for stories on what happened here. So I'll just kind of go to the back here. This requires special tools to align the camshaft and the crankshaft so you can put a timing belt on it. This is the plate. Normally there's a air pump here. You pull the air pump off and then you put this plate on there, and it's got a drive in here, or it's kind of a locking tool. It only goes in one way because there's an indexing pin. So we got the camshaft, the back of the camshaft locked here, and we got our tool on the front. Kind of get you down in here close. And we can verify it does have a new timing belt in it. Here's our tool here, and that locks the crankshaft. So this arm, this hole in this arm should be, so this needs to rotate all the way over here to be aligned. So, this only goes on one way because this has a little index pin on the bottom here. So you gotta make sure that the tool is indexed properly on the crankshaft. And then this needs to line up, this needs to line up with the hole in here. So you put a bolt in here to hold that. And how this system actually works is you get everything loose here, get your belt off. You end up taking the nut loose on the camshaft. And once you get that loose, this cam gear will actually spin freely on the end of the camshaft. So it's kind of one of those deals where it actually free spins until you lock everything down. There's no keyway or indexing pin or anything like that, which is not my favorite setup that they have out here. But so I think we found the problem here. I did do a compression test on this before I found out that it had a timing belt in it, and the story of it not starting after the timing belt was replaced. Each cylinder has about 110 pounds of compression, which is not enough. I ended up getting a borescope down there after he told me that the camshaft, the timing belt was replaced. I just wanted to look in there and make sure that, oh crap, we don't have any half moon shapes on the piston from a valve making contact. So right now, first step is to loosen the cam bolt and then get this all in proper phase, and then start putting it back together here. And I think that's probably going to fix this. So assuming that I didn't overlook any kind of valve clearance issues in the cylinder head and it made contact or anything like that. I'm not really sure if this is an interference engine or not. I think most of them are these days. I don't know of too many that aren't. So once I get it put back together here, I'll bring you guys back and I'll show you those special tools that it actually takes to do this job. Again, the locking plate there. And then basically just this other tool here that bolts on the crankshaft, and then it locates on this. This is kind of where the cover mounts to. So it goes on that mounting spot there. So, all right, I'm gonna set the camera down for a second, get that belt where it should be, and I might do a compression test on it just to see what we gained or what it actually should have for compression here, and then we'll go from there. All right, so we'll bring you back here and show you the camshaft and crankshaft that are now in phase, because we got that adjusted here. So again, you see the special tool. We made it over to our position here to where it bolts into this mount here. Tensioner's tight. Our little pin is in the window where it should be. Again, your camshaft, once you loosen this bolt, you can turn the sprocket separately from the camshaft, and that's how you adjust your timing on these. Once you tighten this down, that locks everything in place, and Bob's your uncle. Everything should be good to go. So, really what you need to do to get that bolt off there, because it is kind of 88 foot-pounds, that's a lot of torque there. So I use this spanner wrench, and if you're pulling on this and pulling on a torque wrench, you're not in danger of spinning the camshaft and kind of blowing up your tool in the back there. So definitely want to get something to hold the sprocket as you're loosening and tightening that. Otherwise you could have some issues. So yeah, I'm going to start putting this back together here, get the covers on, at least get a mount in here so the engine ain't flopping around. And then again, we're going to do a compression test and see what that looks like. It should be considerably more than 110 pounds of pressure there. Okay, so we're on the back of the engine here, and this is that cam plate I was talking about. This is what locks the back of the camshaft in place. And you can see right there that that's the locking mechanism. And here's that pin I was talking about. That little pin actually indexes into the back of that camshaft. You can see that hole back there. So it only goes in one way. You can't get it in backwards. This is the crank pulley here. And if you look at the back, it looks an awful lot like this pattern. So this tool goes on like this. So the knob is down or facing towards the engine. Again, this has a pin on it too, just like the crankshaft, or the pulley here is indexed, probably something like that, and this would take that place, and that's how you get that aligned. So yeah, those are kind of the tools and how they work. These are just something I got, I believe on Amazon, but just, they're not very much money, but you gotta have them. You gotta have them to do the job. Here's the vacuum pump. Again, this is where the camshaft drives this on the back of the engine. You have to pull this off to get this plate mounted in there. And you just mount it where this actually bolts to. So pretty simple there. This tool does not come in the kit, but I'll share the part number with you. It's a Blue Point YA9680. This I've used a lot just for holding cam sprockets. Works good. So yeah, let's get it put back together here and see what happens. All right, so as you could tell, compression test was a little bit better than the 110 pounds we had the first round. So got the door open here. Hopefully this thing starts. I have a feeling if it does, it's gonna smoke like crazy. But hopefully this jump box has enough juice here to crank her over. All right, let's see what happens. Holy crap, not even a stumble. Got some warning messages on there. Ain't too worried about that though. Woo. She's smoking. All right, this is going to do it for another video. Thanks for watching. Hopefully this helped you out. Again, you need special tools to do one of these jobs. You saw how far that was off. That wasn't even close. You couldn't even, if you tried marking it, which the guy said he marked it, thought he got it close, it wasn't close at all. It was way off. I did find a bunch of bolts that were missing, stripped out holes. I'm guessing the guy wasn't a professional. So yeah, took care of all that stuff. Rethreaded a bunch of holes that were stripped out. Gotten some new hardware replaced. So far she sounds good. The guy got lucky. Could have been way worse. So again, thanks for watching. Hit that like and subscribe button. Appreciate it.